Hey there, lovely people, and welcome to another show of Brutaria Donisan. As you can see, we changed our scene. We're live from College Bar, and we also changed our language so that we can understand ourselves better. My next guest is, let's say, for us, it's our first international guest for the show, and also for our guest here, it's his first presence in Romania, or his first presence international. I welcome you, Bastian David, aka Cabana Libre. How are you doing?
All right. Thank you very much for having us.
How did you come across TechnoWall or this show for the College Bar here?
A friend of mine used to live in Prague, and he now works together with them. So when he had the pleasure of inviting us as well. So that's how we got here. Very simple.
That's cool. So you come from the Netherlands, and you work actually in Prague. Were you DJing in the Netherlands, or did you mix it with your work in Prague?
Well, I started in the Netherlands listening to different types of sets, going to different festivals, learning how the music is done there. And then we moved to Prague, and there I brought my first CDJs, with which we started practicing. And now 2 years later, we finally have the honor of actually playing out more often than we thought.
That's cool. You told me about the project, the Cabana Libre. It's more like it has to do also with music, but also with decorative arrangements or so.
Yeah. So with Cabana Libre, what we do is we have it's 2 parts. We have the event management, in which we organize different types of events. Our main goal with these events is to have a good vibe, happiness going on. We believe that a combination of decorations and good DJs creates for a good crowd. So then if all 3 align, then we think that the stars align in that sense. And so the event is great. And so far it's been proving itself to be true in a certain sense. There's still a lot to do, but we're on the right path there. And then myself with music, integrated within the events, I try to make sure that people have a fun time while playing. And instead of them coming to parties to really go hard and really escape their daily problems, we come together and we are happy about what was going on in life, and we switch it from a negative to a positive tone. And I hope to do that through the music.
Okay, did you start this in the Netherlands, or you started it in Prague or so?
I got the idea in the Netherlands. A lot of parties in the Netherlands are all about the positive vibes, good times and being together. And I saw that in other parts of Europe, we don't really do that enough. Where you don't do something enough, there's a niche and there's something to exploit.
I know. Is it in the Netherlands? Does it play a big part, the setup, or how the setup of the party is? Does it play a big role in the parties?
Yeah, in the Netherlands, decorations is a very big keystone, a cornerstone. You don't often have a place with just 4 walls and big speakers. A lot of times, event organizers will put together a lot of effort to create a fitting atmosphere. The best one I can name, for me, the best atmosphere I had was in Ruigoord in Amsterdam, which is an abandoned church in a hippie village, in which they used to throw, they don't anymore, sadly enough, but they used to throw their parties, which would go on till 9 in the morning. So you can imagine at 7 in the morning, when the sun comes up, we're playing oriental music, and through the stained glass, there's absolutely the most beautiful colors coming through, and everything just comes together, and you realize you're not alone in anything, but we can all be together, and that makes people very, very happy.
That's cool. That's I think, so it's an indoor, but can you for the decorate part, is it more depending on the space if you're doing indoor or outdoor? Does it make a sense, or?
I think I know what you mean. So indoors you obviously have a closed environment, and within a closed environment it's
like the club has its own setup and you decorate it, or it's different when you go to an outdoor space and you make it how you want it. That's
I mean, it's the most beautiful thing for us as Cabana Libre is if we have a skeleton that we can decorate. But if we come to a place where the decorations are already there, all we can do is try add to it. So I think to answer your question, if it indoor, outdoor, it depends more on what there is already. If you're doing it in the forest, the forest is already your decorations. But if you're not, then you can do more things with it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I have in mind the parties. I don't know if you're familiar with Wu Moon parties. Wu Moon. They're doing like in Ibiza, and they're doing every once a month, I think, when it's full moon, and they do. The decoration part is more about, it's like ambing good music with Cirque du Soleil, something like that. They're bringing together a dance act, a live act, and also a lot of artists and DJs who do live mixing or do live acts.
I think one that everybody knows is Claptone. If you've ever seen Claptone live, he's a show. It's the Claptone show that you go see. You don't just go see the Claptone DJ, but the show. So I think that might be the best example of everything together. Yeah.
Nice, nice. How is it in Netherlands? I mean, like for a DJ or for like a starting artist, is it hard to get known or to get heard from, I don't know, to play in clubs or to play at venues or something? Is it, I don't know, is it different from Prague, or how is it there?
From what I know, like I said, I started in Prague, but from what I know from other people, they in the Netherlands, it's all same as everywhere else. It's about the network you have. If you know the people and you show them that you're good and you show them that you're worthy, they're willing to consider it.
How you promote yourself?
Yeah, how you promote yourself, and that's very much about the online presence, the mixes you make, the improvements you make. But in Prague, where I then started, it was way more through luck. The people, there's such a big amount of people who are trying to be a DJ that you need to rise above this and show that you can do it. And a really big part of this is being able to keep your cool in difficult moments and being willing to fail. I've had shows on Wednesdays that you start at 1 o'clock and you finish at 3, and that people are asking for harder and harder music, but you can't offer it to them because you just simply don't have it. But then it's how you pick up from there. You sort the crowd can be played with, not necessarily played in a bad way, but in the most positive way, that you can change their atmosphere. If they are having negative thoughts, through different types of songs, you can offer them, if they're willing to, offer them the ability to go on your own vibe. You don't need to change very much if you are true to your music and you believe in the music you play. Otherwise, you start doubting yourself, you start making mistakes, you get nervous, and that can really mess you up.
Yeah, that's true. How was your vibe here in Romania, or I mean, for the first time, for your first gig here in Romania? How did you like it?
Well, I mean, I started off with a lot of groovy songs, a lot more upbeat, high vocals, high tones. I noticed that it didn't really work. I noticed that I started getting nervous. I didn't like what I was playing, so then I switched it around.
It was something not really good with the sound or something.
Could be. Whatever it wasn't working. So I had to make a decision. I had to change. I knew I had to change the way I was working with it. And I knew the song that I wanted to end with, because today they released Madheim, Nothing Around Us, and I knew that I wanted to play 2 songs by good friends of mine, 2 unreleased songs by Sarah Gounet and Taino, which I was very, very happy to play. So I worked towards them, managed to play them in, and that also gives me a kick to see people dancing on songs they don't know yet. Usually people like songs that they are familiar with. You know, what you hear on the radio, you hear them 20 times, you start liking them. But if from the first try, people are grooving, people are having a good time, that gives me a kick, that makes me happy. So that gives me the right feedback, and then I can keep on playing. And then to see it coming from artists in Prague, promoting them here, that's obviously a great honor to do.
That's something big. I noticed a few songs that were like that I recognize, but also some new sounds, some new songs that were like really good, and like there was something interesting there. There was really good. And you're also playing it for 4:30 in the morning or so. As we talked before, you said you were like getting a bit into the Romanian music and see what the people are playing here, and try to adapt a bit. How do you see it? I don't know, from an outside view, Romania's music or Romania's electronic scene.
Well, Romania's electronic scene for me really has 2 sides. I've had the